The African Human Capital Heads of State Summit comes in response to engagements with government's focal point on the need to draw attention to the role of human capital in economic growth and evaluate the discussion on the importance of investing in people. The two-day summit will bring a bottom-up demand to human capital prioritization and investments by discussing challenges and bottlenecks to human capital accumulation through identification of priorities and drivers growth. In that light, President Julius Maada has joined over 1,000 delegates at the African Human Capital Heads of State Summit in Tanzania, where he is expected to share Sierra Leone's landmark investment in its citizens through education, health care, and agriculture. The two-day summit has brought together leaders from across the continent to focus attention and draw tangible financial and policy commitments, prioritizing investing in people as a core driver of productivity, resilience, and growth. It will provide a unique opportunity to deliberate on strategies to accelerate investment in learning, health, and skills, and to secure the productivity of the region's people as its greatest asset.
One of the things we have done is to make sure that whether you are in the village, you can access education. And we are building the necessary digital infrastructure. We have trained more teachers for quality, and also to make sure that they can go as fast as they can to be able to give the quality of education. Because what we have to do in Africa also is not just education. It must be fit for purpose education. Education that we meet the needs of the future, a digital economy. That is what we are entering.
While delivering his speech, President Bill stated that human capital development has been his government's national development priority to unlock the aspirations of the people and the nation's economic potential in the last 5 years. He expressed that he is happy to share the country's model with the rest of the continent and to show how Sierra Leone is gradually becoming Africa's human capital development success story, and has dedicated his second term in office to investing in agriculture, accelerating food insecurity and employment for the people, and post-economic growth.
33% of my cabinet are young people. When I say young people, they are youth. 33% of them are also women. I've also passed an act which is we call the GIWI Act, which makes sure that 30% of all parliamentarians must be women. 30% of all ministers should be women. And I just appointed my cabinet, and I made sure I complied to that because I passed that bill. And in the corporate world and in other fields of endeavor, we are making sure that nothing less than 30% for now, because this is the very first time we are taking this bold action. Yeah. They are women right across Sierra Leone. That is the beginning of making sure that the women feel part of us and they can contribute. After all, their population, they are more than 50% of our population. 100%.
The Tanzania government had called on the participants to discuss how best the private sector could be motivated to actively collaborate with government as co-sponsors and co-producers of quality human capital, emphasizing that the private sector is a key beneficiary of human capital development efforts. The theme for the African Heads of State Human Capital Summit is accelerating Africans' economic growth, boosting youth productivity by improving learning and skills. Discussions on challenges and bottlenecks of human capital accumulation, along with identification of priorities and drivers of growth, will take center stage. SABC TV News are in Freetown. How must be reporting on the Human Capital Summit from Tanzania.